Victory lies not in the clash, but in the forging of readiness. Ancient Warrior's Creed. Some time ago, a message arrived from a longtime acquaintance, here named Lila Carter, seeking clarity on how to move her body. Should the focus lean towards steady rhythms of breath or the heft of iron? What path held truth? "I'm lost in a sea of clashing voices," her words confessed, a quiet call for anchorage amid the storm of counsel. Lila, a keen thinker with a sharp lens, found herself adrift in the torrent of fervent claims, each heralding a single route to wellness as the golden key. The maze of guidance left her grasping for purpose and practice. This plea landed during a season when the healer's mantle had yet to fully reclaim its place, when exploration swirled instead through the tangled currents of sustenance studies, a realm even murkier, awash with dueling tides and fragile proofs. Are nuts a boon or bane? Does tea lift or sink? The churn was relentless. A response began to unfurl, spilling far beyond a simple nod. Words cascaded into a sprawling treatise, thousands strong, far exceeding Lila's modest query. She sought a beacon. She received a map. That spark grew, blossoming into a vast scroll of thriving lore, roots of which now anchor this very work. Lila's question struck a chord, not for allegiance to one motion over another, endurance and might both held their sway, but for its stark divide. Simplicity often cloaks complexity, reducing vibrant, layered truths to barren forks, breath or burden, seeds or flesh. Must choices be so starkly cleaved? This trap mirrors pitfalls elsewhere. Sustenance debates rage like rival clans, each swearing. Their banner flies truest. Some exalt the forge of strength, others the ceaseless stride, battling atop shaky ground, fervor drowning reason. Such fervor narrows the gaze, dimming the vast tapestry of motion and nourishment too, into mere threads. The essence lies not in picking a camp, but in grasping a grander weave. Above all tools in this quest for flourishing, motion reigns supreme, a sculptor of life's later acts. Mountains of evidence whisper a potent truth. Even modest stirrings stretch the cord of years by a handful. It holds at bay the creeping shadows of affliction across their many guises while weaving a richer vitality. Beyond mending the frame, a known gift, it steadies the mind's loom, and though harder to chart, brightens the spirit's hue. If one thread alone is woven from this work, let it be motion. For those already stirring, the call is to refine the dance. For the still, nearly 8 in 10 among the masses, now is the summons to rise. Even a whisper of daily rhythm outshines silence. Shifting from none to a mere 100 minutes weekly, trims the shadow of departure by 1 in 7. Few potions rival that potency. Thus, to queries like Lila's, the answer resounds: yes, chase the wind. Yes, lift the load. For those long twirling, in motion's embrace since youth, these pages promise lanterns, guides not for fleeting triumphs or boasted feats, but for a life stretched long and lush, where the body's dance endures into twilight. The gift of motion is no secret. Even a warm broth soothes a rasp, yet its depths shimmer beyond common sight. Countless chronicles reveal that those who weave motion into their days outlast the idle by nearly a dozen summers. Beyond mere length, they bask in sturdier vigor, less marred by the slow rot of inner discord. For those yet to join the rhythm, fortune smiles, gains bloom from the smallest step, a brisk wander, and climb onward. As any feast trumps a hollow trough, any motion outshined stillness. Though the healer's halls taught little of motion's craft, fleeting nods affirm its worth. Yet counsel often drifts vague, stir more, rest less. Official scrolls decree that the lively pursue a half-hour of flowing vigor 5 days hence, totaling 2.5 hours, paired with twin days of forging all sinews reaches. Imagine such haze in graver arts. Healer, you bear a shadowed growth in your core. Seeker, what must I do? Healer, seek the curing draught. Seeker, which draught? How much? When? What of its echoes? Healer, a shrug into the void. Precision is craved, charts to aim high, carved with care and safety. First, though, the why unfurls, for the proofs sing loud. When these truths reach seekers, the link between vigor and longevity sparks no shock, but its breadth ignites awe. The more motion fills the cup, the fuller life's vessel grows. Begin with the breath's tide. How deftly the frame ferries life's gust to sinew, how keenly sinew drinks it for far-flung strides or cycles. This tide fuels daily deeds, a wellspring of stamina. Greater flow means wider wings for all pursuits, be it chasing dawns or roaming markets. Peak breath, termed here the vital surge, stands as vitality's boldest sentinel. It measures the crest of air harnessed at effort's edge, a trial of grit. Those who've tasted it know its bite. A higher surge means greater fuel to weave vitality's thread, swifter bounds, broader horizons. The frame bends to its summons. At rest, nestled in quiet, a form might sip a trickle of air, say a quarter liter each minute, to stoke the spark that hums through cells. Step into a gentle roam and the call swells. Breath hastens, pulse leaps, drawing 2 liters or more, a 6-fold rise. Push to a steep ascent, full tilt, and the thirst surges, 3 liters, 4, beyond, tied to the frame's tempering. At the vital surge's brink, the limit looms. Lesser paths take hold, fleeting and frail. This surge, scaled to weight and time, marks the hail from the hollow. A midlife soul might crest at 45 breaths per weight per minute. A wind weaver soars. Past 70. The untested linger near 30, faltering at slopes. The higher the surge, the vaster the deeds, and the longer the thread. This isn't mere boast. Studies spanning tens of thousands bind it to life's span. One chronicle of 130,000 found the surging outlived the still by wide gulfs. Low surge doubled the shadow of ending against the top quarter, quadrupling against the peak few. Even a climb from base to middling halves the risk, an echo across vast hosts, reaffirmed in a tapestry of 800,000 souls. The least tempered faced 4-fold peril against the crest, outstripping smoking's toll. Unfitness outweighs all heart shadows, the weavers declared. Doubts linger, echoes of chance twist the tale, yet 5 pillars shore the bond. The gulf's size, the echo's steadiness, the rise with dose, the frame's logic, and trials. Nod. Breath's tide guards life with no peak too high, one study sang. No promise claims this surge alone banishes all ills, smoke or pressure may yet bite, but its lift is sure. Better still, it bends to the forge. Training swells the tide as later pages unveil. The breath's bond to enduring life rings old and true, yet sinew's might mirrors it near equal. A decade's watch over 5,000 souls past 50 found the lean-limbed faced half again, the ends call over the sturdy. Deeper cuts showed strength, not mere bulk, as the shield, force over form. The weak doubled their peril. Those frail and shadowed by inner discord tripled it. Might may even outshine breath's tide, one tale hints. Tracking 800 men past 40, burdened by high pulse over nigh 20 years revealed. Even with breath faltering, the strongest third slashed endings risk near half against the frail. The pattern holds, vigor wards the gate, no elixir matches its sweep. A scholar dared test this shield against potions, pitting motion's trials against drafts. In countless weaves, motion matched or bested cures for heart's woe, sugar's edge, and stroke's strike. No healer's seal is needed, motion flows free. This shield rises from the frame's forge, heart stout, channels clear, power hives thriving, sugar and fat deftly spun. Sinews mass and might brace the whole, a steady flame. At its roots, motion stirs the body's own bruise, signals ripple, bolstering defenses, sparking sinew and bone, sharpening memory's vault. For those shadowed by mind fade's risk, like Clara from earlier lore, it's a vital stave, proofs of motion's span near granite. Its gift to vitality glows brighter still. Were it to trim a year, it does not. Its bloom for thriving years would stand. Aging's mark, vigor's ebb, strikes slow, then sharp, breath fades, sinew shrinks, bones brittles, balance teeters. Past 60, the cliff looms. By 80, a dozen pounds of sinew vanish, yet the tempered lose half that. Sinew's wane court's peril, studies of elders show the leanest fall fastest, half gone in a dozen years against a fifth of the stout. Sinew bears life onward, a bulwark, dubbed here the living lattice, bracing the frame, guarding against collapse. Falls, the elder's silent reaper, claim countless, near 1,000,000 yearly seek mending, untold more fade slow. Motions weave, breath, might mind, slows this. A tide. Elders frail at start proved sixfold more shadowed in life's joy, a decade hence than the sturdy. This is the foe to banish, armed with motion's elixir, hard won, yet vast in yield. Healers nod to motion's call, yet rarely probe its depth, when last did one test grip or surge. Such craft lies beyond their weave, aid offered only post-break. Here, then, is foreweaving, vitality's guard afore the fall. When seekers ponder motion, tales like Elena's resurface, met in earlier threads as Mara's kin. She roamed lively, weaving trails and tending blooms, not a strict dance, but joy's rhythm. Then a twist stole her stride, mending faltered, and stillness crept. Gloom shadowed, mind dimmed, breath failed. Her end bore a healer's mark, yet age's undertow had long tugged, decades deep, a pull on all. Could mere motion have turned the tide? A swifter roam sufficed? The weave grew clearer at her farewell. Years of fervor, chasing peaks in stride, sail, or wheel, left scars aplenty. Vigor shone, yet the path wobbled. Obsessions burned bright, once a wind chaser atop two wheels, charting gusts and curves, shedding moments for fleeting crowns. Mastery came narrow, breath surged, legs roared, yet sinew sagged, balance waned. Age loomed to lock that frame, fit for one deed alone. A drift followed, scattered steps, borrowed rhythms, fleeting bursts. Joy flickered, yet aim wandered. Elena's echo stirred a shift. Motion must mirror the all-dancer's craft, a shield for time. In grand games, all dancers shine, crowned supreme, though no single feat claims gold. Their gift spans wide, honed sharp. So too must vitality's dance bend, forging not one crown, but a lattice for life's full span. The elders all dance. The elders all dance, no literal clash of ancients, though such marvels gleam. Elders, past 90 in silvered strides, some cresting a century's mark in 40 breaths. The elders all dance frames a vision. 10 vital acts to cradle life's dusk, the waning span. A somber lens, yet its dodge hastens no dawn. These acts, some feats, some daily graces, some heart's calls, paint a forge's blueprint. Seekers, face a scroll of deeds, roam 2 miles o'er rolling earth, rise from ground, one hand alone, cradle a youngling from the floor, bear twin sacks of harvest 10 spans, hoist a 30-pound burden aloft, stand one-footed, 30 breaths, 40 if veiled, dance in closeness, ascend 5 tiers in 2 minutes, twist free a sealed trove, end, leap rope 40 bounds unbroken, the tapestry sprawls wider, 50 threads strong, which deeds call to the 9th or 10th dawn? All oft comes the cry, to roam, bear, rise, revel, splendid the echo returns, that youngling's gleam will lift at your grasp, yet numbers whisper, a 30-pound kin demands a 50-pound heft now, for time gnaws 8 to 15 grains per chi. Decade, can that hold today? And the roam? A vital surge of 35 breaths per weight per minute, midlife's middling now, fades too. That trail dims unless forged higher. Onward, a 30-pound aloft at 80 needs 60 now, 5 tiers then, a sprint today. The forge must blaze now to clad against time's theft. The weave dawns, seekers craft their all-dance 10 or 20 acts, a bespoke shield. Its grace lies broad yet singular. Some chase waters glide, others the hunters pull, yet sinew and breath align. Ambition crowns the all-dance. Elders now soar, racing, lifting, defying. Jack Ironwood, a titan of vigor, danced daily past 97, a forge lit in youth when few stirred. He defied the fade, a beacon of might, cease aimless motion, pounding tracks for duty's sake. Join the all-dance, forging with intent. 2. Stand fierce at 100, to shine at 50, aim past, arrows truer at half range when stretched full. Each decade blooms richer, a lattice for life's dance.